Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to a special afternoon session where every once in a while I come back on to complete out the free readings that I did not get to in the earlier session due to donations and the amount of free readings that there were. So, thank you guys for all the donations. It allows me to do this full time, and that's what allows me to come on to do these free readings. I won't be taking any new requests in this session. I'll be back in about 2.5 hours for my evening session at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And then I'm also here. I'm here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and then Friday and Saturday nights at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So you can catch me anytime there. So if you want to come back on, and if you have new requests, also I'm offering half off on my personal recorded readings. There, all that is in the description box of the video down below. So we will get started here. Oh, and I will, after I finish this session in the description box of the video, I will put the order in which the readings appeared so you can spot your name and find out where it's at. And then I'll also post a link to this video in the earlier morning as well. All right. So that's all the blah, blah, blah. So let's get into it. The first reading up here, we left off with Anya Ohuya in the morning session. So, Anya, you were up first, and you wanted to know what are Sebastian's true feelings towards you. So, let's take a look here and see what's going on beneath the surface in their heart. What are their true feelings for you? All right. So we do have, you've got the Empress card here, which is sensuality. They see you as this nurturing individual. There's sensuality there. There's emotion there. So they see you as even mother, and not like their mother, but as like someone who would make a good mother. It's a very harvesty and new birthy. So that's a positive card, of course, to get when you're wondering how does someone perceive you? Someone who is nurturing and compassionate as well. Now we do have the Hanged Man here, which does show that their feelings are going through a transformation. They're kind of in a hold. They're probably, and you probably agree with it, right? Taking forever for them to be able to express it. I feel like they're in this, cocoon type of transformational point in their life where they are moving from one way to another. And so in this transition, even though they're feeling this, they don't have the spark to act upon it because they're trying to figure out things and get things done in their life and inside them. And so I feel like they're just, it's like they're conserving a lot of their energy because of everything that's going on. So they don't have a whole lot of extra to put towards expressing their feelings and doing that at this point in their life. But it's there. It's just it's not making it out of the cocoon to be expressed. So I don't know what's going on, but you can't rush a butterfly. If you cut them out too early, they the struggle of them getting out of their cocoon is what gives them the ability to fly and to use their wings. So go for now, Anya. All right, so that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Starfall, you're up next. Hey, so if you lower your medication, will you feel more as yourself again? So, of course, anything medical, big disclaimer, I'm not a medical professional and for entertainment purposes. My disclaimers in the description of the video, so be sure to check that out. I'll pull cards for it for the sake of this, but of course, don't do anything without a medical professional is our official interpretation here. So we've got the 6 of Pentacles and the 9 of swords, 9 of Wands. This here tells me that, you know, there is below the surface here, there's the energy we're focusing on and our feelings of worth. There's a lot below the surface in our subconscious that is really the source of allowing things to come into our life, allowing flow, allowing different things. So medication might, help with the symptoms, but the core, the spirit is saying, while you're on this medication, whether it's for physical or emotional or whatever, it is about coming and diving deeper here. I have both of these cards represent the energy and the blocks that our subconscious can put on things and keep things from us. My take 10 was Zen. Take two, take two, take 10 was Zen's, and then call me in the morning. That's an old doctor's thingy. There's episodes 4 and 5 talk about our energy and about this out of balance giving and receiving that's underneath the core. So I feel like there is this getting into that piece, getting into the core is important because that impacts everything. Our stories we're putting on the world, our emotions, our energy we're putting forward, and our physical world too. It all starts inward and makes its way outward. So I feel like they're saying that your true self is what you're trying to find going inward. And so I feel like they're saying use this time of how this is muting things to get into things so that you can release those and then you can talk to your doctor about, weaning off of it. But it's about getting to the core of what's going on in the inside first. So that's what's coming in, Starfalls. Hopefully that makes sense. And that is what they have for you. All right. Then Kritika Malhotra. Hello, hello. You want to say you're finally about to take the cat. Can you believe it's here? On November 26th. Any advice for you and will you perform well? All right. Let's see. What advice do they have and will you perform well? All right. Yeah. So the advice they have is stay out of the fears. The 3 of swords represents our fear of failure, right? And so their advice is face the fears, understand the fears, release yourself from the fears. Try to be as calm as you can before you're going into this test. Because when you look at it, going, okay, if I face the fear of failure, going, what will happen? Am I going to get killed if I don't do it? No. Would I be able to take it again if I wanted to? Yeah. What will people think? They're going to think what they want anyway. Does that define who I am? No. When you look at those things and you realize that all those fears are, um, rooted in things that we've grown up with. And like, I get to decide what anything means. Everyone else has opinion, but I decide for my life. Then it transforms and changes things, and that does come into these other 2 cards you got here. With the King of Wands here, we have like whatever you focus your energy on is what grows and expands. And so if we focus in on our fears, those get bigger and grow. And when we're in fear, we're out of our minds, and your mind is where all that information is. So breathing techniques, whatever you can do, meditation, calmness before you go in, and how to maintain your calm as you're taking the test if you feel anxiety rising. Take a deep breath and hold it and let it out. That'll help balance and keep those things away. Focus your energy on what you want, not what you don't want, not in what you fear in your life. And that's where you are taking command with your energy here. You do well, Queen of Pentacles, one of the most beneficial, harvesty, birthy type of energies here. So you will do well on it. But how well depends on how much you can stay out of your fears. So the more you can face your fears now before you go in, then the fears don't have any power over you when you go in there. So that's what they have for you, Kritika. So many blessings to you. And then 101 dispatch. You wanted angel guidance. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. What do the angels want you to know? All right. Well, you definitely have this movement of thought and belief and mindset coming in here. You've got the Justice card, who has the Ace of Swords and the scales, which is balancing and seeing the difference between, the lower vibrational energy of the fears of losing conditional love that we're all inundated with, and the unconditional love. Every moment is one or the other, right? And so there's this balancing, this working out of these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets because the knight is on a quest to see things from a higher perspective, connecting to the capital T truths of the higher realm. And that allows you to cut away. It's a double-edged sword. So you get to pile on one side of the scale, the higher truths, and then on the other side of the scale, the lower vibrational, truths that are small t truths related to fear. You're able to cut those away, which allow you to balance out thought and belief and mindset. So your angels are saying, the fears that you have and these triggers that are coming up in your life are being brought for you to be able to look at them. And then you're able to connect to the higher realm, see things from a higher perspective, cut away those lies that have been told, and it clears you out. It clears up this for you. So I like this for you. Um, it is transformative. It's seeing things. It's clarity that's coming in, and like I said, the elimination of a lot of the fears that have been holding you back, that have been making you feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted and small, and you're cutting away these. And so just know when these things are coming up from the outside world that this is what is coming in there for you. So that is what they have for you, 101 dispatch. So many blessings to you. And then Hot Sun, you are up next. So hello, hello. You want to know what are Matt's feelings and the next actions towards you. And you want to see the energy on the bottom of the deck too. Sure. So here are their feelings, their next actions, and okay. So feelings, next actions, and what's below the deck. So we've got their feelings here, and their feelings here have a lot to do with these feelings of lack, being left behind, being left out in the cold, small, and you know the feelings of lack, feelings of unworthiness, right? And so there is this transformation they're going through about their worth. So their feelings are reflective of this. Because if they feel that way about themselves, they can't feel anything bigger than that for anyone else or from anyone else, right? Because we always talk about how we cannot love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. But that has to do with self worth too. No one can treat me more differently than how I feel about myself, right? And so, when their feelings for you are very limited because of the amount, if they love themselves this much, no matter if they want to give you a bunch of love, this is all that makes it out, trickles. And no matter how much love you want to give them, trickles in because this is what they need to develop their self love. And when they do that, that opens up here. So these feelings of lack and abandonment that go all the way back to like 7 years old and younger, this is what they need to work out, right? Their next actions towards you, you've got the King of Swords, very mental, that, because all the kings roll over their own suit, this one being air, but all the kings are given a second portion of air. So this is the master of air, of thought and belief and communication and seeing things. And so they're very much in their mind. Their actions are going to be more logical, more communication, but you're not going to feel emotion because all that's restricted because of that pipeline, right? So the actions they take are cerebral, logical, not emotionally based. And you're going to be like, really? But you're going to know and you're going to understand now, right? "Oh, I get it." Bottom of the deck, we got the tower card. They're going through this major upheaval down below. There's this shaking and this rattling that's going on below the surface, which, you know, with that King of Swords, they're able to connect higher and cut away these small t truths of fear, that are going on in there. So, they're working on it, and there is this shaking and this rattling that's happening, but I feel like they're kind of stuck in that mindset because they are in the mind so much. Are they overthinkers? Probably with all of those. But it just feels like that's what's going on with them, though. They got a lot of this inner struggle that's happening. Things are being burnt down to make room for things. Things are being moved out of the way. There's this reconstruction that's going on below the surface. So if you see a lot of smoke coming out of their ears and you're like, oh, I know what's going on. But that's what's happening right now, Hot Sun. Hopefully that brings in some clarity for you there. All right. Many blessings to you. Hang in there. And then Magana, hey, hey. So SW's been acting very weird lately. He's been ignoring your text, taking forever to respond. Stop sending you snaps from yesterday. What's up with him? All right, let's take a look here. What's going on with SW? What's this withdrawal about? All right. These must be it here. All right. Well, so you're going to get communication from them soon here, though. But, I hate to be the bearer of these newses, but, you want to know, and that's better to know. There is this third party situation that's happening here with the Three of Cups coming in. And we've got the Tower card coming in with this shaking and this rattling. And so chances are here, it feels like they're pulling away, right? And it's okay. I know you like them, but the Tower card, which you know is has this underlying message that whatever is moved out of our lives is moved out of our lives for us to make space for something more aligned with our heart and to clear things out of a path to have you be able to move forward. Sometimes there's something that we don't want to get rid of, whether it's an old recliner that's fallen apart and stains and the it doesn't work anymore, the recliner doesn't recline. You have to sit in it and sit sideways with your feet over it because of you can't put your feet up. And sometimes it's like, you know what? It's done its duty. It's now time for a new piece of furniture to be present in your life. And that's the image that they're giving me is they've served their purpose. And with the removal, with them, moving away, it's for you. It's to make space for something so much more in alignment for who you are. And I feel like this is what's going on here with them is they've got this change of mindset, this clarity of their life and their thinking, with this third party person that they're this is the pulling away because they feel like, well, this person's going to make me happy. None of them will. They'll go from person to person to person to person, and that's none of your concern anymore. You're like, it's their journey. You've been the mirror that they've needed to see. They've been the mirror that you've needed to see. Now you've learned, and now it's time that it served its purpose, and it's okay to move forward. So that is what is coming in for you, Magana. Hang in there, and just hang in there. All right. So Dollface Diva, you are up next. And you like a general for the weekend. So let's take a look here and see what the spirit wants you to know. All right. What does they want you to know for the weekend? Wow. Okay. Well, it's a very full weekend. You've got the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. Are you kidding me? I mean, if you have Powerball where you live or Lotto, it's time because you got two of the most beneficial, abundant filling cards in the entire deck, and in especially in the Pentacles suit. So very full outside life. This is the possibilities of great fortune, great things coming in, but it is a full physical life that you have in store this weekend full of huge possibilities. Like I said, if you can, anything that can bring you abundance is like the energy is ripe for great abundance, especially in the physical world of finance, abundance, all this stuff coming in from the outside. So that's a general reading, but it just feels like it's a weekend that can feel so full of people and just feeling full. And so I like it. So that's what's coming in, Dollface Diva. Easy breezy. I like that. All right. And then Michelle Lizure, hello, hello. So a general reading for you. Let's see, what does Spirit wants you to know right now? What's important for you to know right now? All right. So you've got the King of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. Let's see what these other ones are here. All right. Yeah. You definitely have this death and this rebirth coming in here. I mean, you've got the death card and the Empress, major arcana, you have a significant energy coming in here of a rebirth, of something birthing, and it's so mother nature, nurture for you. You know, the King of Wands and the Four Pentacles is the feeling of home, safety, fullness, and stability in the outside world. And you have got this King of Wands, which is like the entrepreneur kind of emperor, new beginnings, again, energy going forward, putting things forward, you making decisions and putting form around it, putting the energy behind it and the movement. So, whatever this is that you've been looking at in the outside world, that you've been wanting for this restart, you've been wanting for this new thing to happen that makes you feel, your inner child feels safe and in control. There is this movement, this opportunity is a great word for it to move forward and to have this beautiful unfolding of things to come through. So it's very powerful. It just feels, whether it's change of residence or change of occupation, whatever it could be, it's just feels like the possibilities are so ripe for you right now that it's almost like there's nothing that you couldn't do, and I like that can do type of energy that's coming in, but it's significant with those 2 major arcana, the rebirth, the ending, putting a major ending to thing and a major beginning to something. So, I like that for you, and that it's supported for you to make that change, and it's like, you've been waiting, now's the time, you're being nudged to go, "You're safe, you're secure, let's go." All right. And that's what they have for you, Michelle. So many blessings to you. And then Bhumika Ranjit Batra, you are up next. Let me take a sip here. All right. And what message does your husband have for you and your daughter? All right. Let's take a look here and see what message does he have for you and your daughter. All right. Do see here with this Ace of Swords that they've been communicating with you both and sharing information. This represents even the wind. If you guys have been recognizing something with wind blowing or mental messages is popping into your head out of nowhere. Like if you're not even thinking about something and all of a sudden it drops in. These are messages that are coming in here. We have the 5 of Cups, which is transformation of emotion, and of course, the appreciation of the mourning, the missing. But they're saying it's time for you to turn around and recognize this 2 of Cups, the power of emotional choice, and that there is this great opportunity. They want you to go over here and cross the bridge, and there's this place of everything, this fullness that comes in here, and so it's like that's their permission to move forward emotionally, right? It's okay to move forward. It's okay to head toward your dreams and let your heart lead you into things. I feel like with this Ace of Swords, it is about connection to the higher realms too, communication to and from the higher realms, and that they hear you when you're talking to them and they will guide you. But this is your life now. There's nothing you could do that will disappoint them. They do love you both unconditionally. And so step forward. Don't be afraid of disappointing or making wrong decisions. They're like, there is no wrong decision because it's your life and I truly support you. And they're around you all the time too, supporting you. And so they're like, don't worry about letting me down. There's nothing you can do to ever make me stop loving you or thinking that you both are the bomb diggity, which is a positive word. So that is what's coming through right now for you, Bhumika. So many blessings to you and your daughter. And then Water Bearer, you are up next. So you would love to know what your higher self wants you to focus on and work toward before this year ends. All right. Let's take a look here. What does your higher self feel is best for you to work on right now? All right. So you have here, you've got the Capricorn Saturn Devil card here, which is focusing on your thoughts, your limiting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, right? It's like a Saturn return happens around, 29 or 30 years old. It's like 25 to 35 and like 50 to 60, usually around that time, or 55 to 65. And we go through this where we revisit all of our what we've learned growing up and all the opinions that we took on. This is this realization of what do you truly want in your life? Where do you truly want to go? What brings you joy? You got the Four of Wands here, which is joy, celebration, stability. And it's really identifying what is of small t truths of what people have told you you're supposed to do with your life and supposed to be, and clearing away of this and seeking your heart, seeking your joy here. Because you have all this energy, this Eight of Wands that will come flying in here and give you the support for it. And I feel like you've been kind of working on this, what, all year? Does it feel like? Because it feels like it's been this time of release, 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 and you're like, "So what? What more can I work on?" And it's thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, particularly around what does it mean to have your heart sing, to have your heart feel full, and what does the dream mean? You know, we have these dreams that were handed to us when we were younger, and of course, when you wake up in the morning going, "Oh crap, I got to go live my dream today." Well, that's not your dream if you feel that way. That is the dream that was given to you from someone else. When you're living your dream, you wake up in the morning excited for the day, even waking up before the alarm goes off and jumping out excited for what this day is going to bring and the steps that you are taking towards living your dream. You're not so focused on outcomes as you are focused on enjoying each moment of living your dream along the way. So I feel like there's this clarity that comes in between now and the end of the year. Just really look at, is this me, or is this, someone else's opinion that I took on as my own? Does it make my heart sing? Does it make my heart feel full? That's what we can look at with that. And I feel like that is what your higher self wants you to look at, because, like, what are you waiting for to live? To live your dream, and stop existing. Now's the time. And I like that. So that's what's coming through, Water Bears. So many blessings to you. And then Simran, I'm sorry, Ashvin Rai, you want to know Simran's next actions towards you. So let's take a look here, Ashvin, and see, what does Spirit want you to know? Simran's next actions towards you. Well, once they get past these emotions that they've been focusing on here, they do make movement here towards you. But this is what is taking up so much of their energy. They just hold back, focusing on the emotions of the past, the lower vibrational emotions that just keep them swirling, and they feel like they're in this loop of depression, or this loop of getting the negative attention from focusing on their sadsies, which can happen. We can, especially if you're like a middle child, someone who had to fight or like if you had a lot of siblings where you had to fight for attention, sometimes the negative attention, there was a lot of that left over because everyone was fighting for the positive, rewarding attention. And I feel like they have this pattern of focusing on getting the, through the, "Oh, not doing well." And everyone's like, "What's the matter?" If I act sad, or if I get in trouble, or if I do things, I get more attention. And I feel like that this is their actions. There's just a lot of this type of, it's a manipulation, which we're taught, which, until someone tells you, I know one of my um, relationships, they just kind of smacked me upside my head and told me, "I'm not going to fall for that manipulation. So you might as well stop doing it." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Because I had no idea that I was taught, as my mom was taught, as her mom was taught, as through generations and generations, that if you act sad, that's how you get people to pay attention to you and do things you want them to do, because we're responsible for everyone else's happiness. And I feel like they have this type of energy that they put forward, and the actions that they take towards you is like, "Oh, I thought we were going to go do this. Oh, no. Okay, well, we'll go do what you want to do," even though you have your heart set on doing something a certain way. and it's like, well, it's time for you to be able to just be you and not buy into that and not give into that. Because if you have to walk on eggshells, if you have to walk around all the time, always concerned about their feelings and their emotions, boring. So you deserve more than that. So um just don't you don't have to give in. You can still hang around, but you're like, "No, it's okay. How about we go do this?" "Well, I don't wanna do." You're like, "Well, this is what I wanna do, and we do what you do a lot, so let's go do this. Come on. Buckle up, buttercup, let's go. Pull up your big girl panties." And they'll be like, What did you just say?" Boom, boom, let's go. So I like this for you, Ashvin. But that's what's happening. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. And then Majestic Love 1111. You want to know, is Robert currently trying to get back together with Elle? You're asking because if so, you need to back off. Let's take a look here and see what their intentions are right now. Hell no. They've got heartbreak and they're like, "I am not going back into that." They are moving forward. So, they're definitely not getting back here. I just feel them like, they are not turning back either. They are like, "I do not want to experience this again, and I'm not going to allow it." So, I don't feel like they're trying to get back together there. I feel like they're definitely riding away, on a horse, lickety split. You ever see those movies where it's almost comedic, where they ride off into the distance, you just see this trail. That's what I'm seeing is you can just see him running, all the dust from the horse, and it's going far away, very fast, sped up, and that's what's happening there. So that's why I said, "Hell no," they are just like on the path away. So that's what they have for you, Majestic Love. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. And then Nature 1111, you would like a general reading. Let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Well, these two cards came flying out here. All right. I like this for you. You do have this new passion that is coming in fast and furious. And this King of Cups is a wonderful, balanced individual. They rule over the cups and emotion suit, but all the kings are given a second portion of air, which is mind. And so there's this wonderful, balanced individual that expresses their emotion, but very intelligent as well. So a very balanced individual. And this passion rides in fast too. So I feel like this person comes in out of nowhere for you, and Spirit's just letting you know that, you know, though they come in fast and furious out of nowhere, um, try not to be suspicious of that. It's they're just telling you that it's happening and that it's happening on purpose here. Yeah, because you put in the work, you put in the blood, the sweat, and the tears, and things are moving in your outside world coming towards you in whatever areas you've invested. You've invested in your heart, your love, you're raising your self-love. And because you raised your self-love and they've raised their self-love, that's what's drawing you guys so close to each other so fast. And so even though it seems like, wow, where the heck did this person come from? It's because of the inner work you both have done that have it's like Flash, they're so fast, it's like whoosh, and they're there, you're like, "Hey, hey," and you're like, "Whoa, whoa, okay, wait a minute, let me just get used to you being here because you weren't here moments ago." And I like this movement inward with all this, and this is why we've had the fast movement come in. So try to look past that uh, caution. Just follow your gut and your instinct. I'm not saying throw caution to the wind, but just about that, about the speed of them coming in, just go, okay, now I know why it happened. So that's what's coming in. All right, and many blessings to you. That's what they want you to know right now. And then Alice, you are up next. Would there be a good outcome if you let your friend Tiara borrow money? Woo! Reap, reap, reap. Always, we'll see what they say here. But as we've learned through our own experiences, never lend money to a friend. Give money to them without expectation of return, and so only give it if you can afford it, not to get it back. And then if they're unable to give it back, just let them have it. Um, and if they are able to, like give it to them saying, if you can pay me back, fine. If not, you're okay too, if you're able to. And then that just takes uh, just the resentment that can come up if they don't pay you back. Let's take a look here though and see what the outcome is. But that's spirit saying, don't lend, give, right? Yeah. And you have the Ace of Pentacles. They only needed one card to say that it's fine, that you do have this is abundance card. So you do get it back. Um, and so it's fine. But definitely give it without expectation of return. Not that you can't trust them. It just helps you be free from all of that. Oh, well, look, they got their hair done, or oh, look, they got a new pair of pants and they haven't paid me back yet. Mm. uh, Obviously, we all have had experiences. All right. But that's what they have for you, Alice. So hopefully that's clear for you. And then Bakalpa KC, you are up next. Will Bliss be your girlfriend anytime soon? Yeah. You've got new passion, and it's pretty much the ace of, I mean, this is the magician. It's like the page of wands, the ace of wands, because they have the magic wand. They're bringing this energy down into the world here. So there's this take action, take action. They're not going to come up to you and ask you if you know will you let me be your girlfriend. There is this where you're focusing your energy is what grows and expands. And so having gratitude for who they are and who they are in your life just lets the spirit draw them even more into your life. If you focus on your fears, what you fear will leave or not come into your life, or what you fear will come into your life or that will leave your life, focus on what you hate, what you feel is missing, and that just grows and expands. Like attracts like. So all of this wand energy is showing that you have the power to, whatever you focus on is what draws things to your life. So focus on gratitude for who they are, even communicating how grateful you are for different things, and sincere, specific things about them. Not trying to flatter them, but true appreciation. And that just draws you guys closer together too. So I like that for you. And so it's all being aware of that. And if you're focusing on gratitude for what you do have in your life, spirit will bring you more of that. And if there's someone different that would be even more, bring even more gratitude into your life for, spirit will bring them in instead of the other person. So when you're focusing on gratitude and laughter and unconditional love, we draw more things into our life that match that energy. Then if we focus on our fears, we draw in lower vibrational people and experiences and relationships. So you hold the power for your life with all that coming in. All right. And that's what they have for you, Bakalpa. And then Nidhi Sarvaya, you are up next. You want to know what does spirit have for you right now? Well, you have this choice coming up here. And, with the Two of Pentacles, there's two choices that are coming in the outside world. One, you've got this King of Cups who has a king, the rolls over emotion, has this beautiful balance with thinking too. And then you have this other individual here who, Leo energy, very rambunctious in a positive way. And this isn't for all Leos, just this combination of energy. They're really focused on themselves, and they've got a bit of a, there's the difference between the two, the King of Cups and the king with that balanced mind. They have confidence. They know who they are, what they're able to achieve, and all that. I feel like this Leo that comes into your life is all about arrogance. I'm better than everyone else. Look at who I am. Look at me, 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 me. And so you have this choice of these individuals that are coming into your life, and though very attractive, and at first confidence, the arrogance comes out, and arrogance really shows that people aren't as confident as they lead themselves on to be, because they're trying to convince everyone else. A confident person really doesn't have to say anything, they just are confident in who they are and their own abilities. So you do have this energy coming in where these two individuals coming up. So there you go, needy. Just a heads up, that's what they want you to know is headed your way. So just if you have two individuals and they both seem confident, just give it a little bit. And you're like, oh, there it is. There's the ignorant, not ignorance. Well, can be, but arrogance. There it is. All right. So that's what they have for you, needy. So many blessings to you. And then my final reading that I had, and hopefully I didn't miss anyone. If I did, my biggest apologies. I will be back in 2 hours for my evening session, as well as back tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And then also Saturday and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. All right. So my final reading is for Samoliza. Hey, and you said you're Samya, and you want to know, when will Rahil, the Aries, come to reconcile with me? Does he love you? Any chance of reunion, divorce? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Any chance of reconciliation? All right. And does he love you? Right. We've got the bottom of the deck here. We've got the Nine of Swords here. This is the insomnia and the nightmare card, which is the energy that's underneath it all. And I feel like, it's important for you to know, because you've got the peace of mind when it talks about will he come to reconcile? It's like they're saying to put your fears to rest, to let that go. And any chance of reunion is movement of thought and belief, which is like, this is leaving the situation go. All of this has to do with our fears of what other people's actions mean about us. Because when I asked, does he love you, it's like, this is the inner child and the Leo energy, which the energy I was getting is, as soon as I saw it, I heard, well, I love myself. It's like, okay. So they are focused more in on them own selves than love of others, you know. This is what the main message for you, though, is with this Nine of Swords. It's, this is putting these expectations up here, and so you can be able to rest. This is the pursuit of higher truth, which allows you to cut away all of these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets. These are those supposed tos, those shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts that we've been told and we're taught that when someone leaves us or divorces or whatever, their actions or non-actions, their words or non-words mean something about me. That's the whole, when we connect to the higher realm, we understand, you know what? It's their actions tell me about them, and what's happening inside me, my stories, my emotions, my energy, my actions are me. Theirs are theirs. It has nothing to do with me. And you have the devil card here with the marriage card, which is the shaking and the rattling about what this is supposed to mean, should mean, need to mean, have to mean, must mean. This was below the Nine of Swords, which is all the shaking and the rattling that comes in here. So there is this energy of, you've learned what you've needed to learn. They were the mirror for you to reveal to you the fears that you have. Earlier, in the morning session at the very beginning, we were talking about something that I learned, because my mom had a lot of heartache when I was in her womb, because in between my before I was conceived, my father had cheated on my mom with someone else. And so my mom had this insecurity that I felt in the womb and all the way throughout my life, to when I got into relationships, I had a fear that, People just cheat on each other. People don't aren't faithful and all that. And because of my energy of I fear that I'm gonna draw someone to me that'll cheat on me. Yep, number 1. Um, Number 2, number 3, I don't think did. Number 4, number 5, I don't think did in my relationships. They were in between 1 year and 3 years, but I realized afterwards, post reflection, that, oh, because I feared being cheated on, I drew people to me to cheat on me so that I could see that I had that fear. And then once you realize it, you release yourself from that fear, going, that wasn't about me. That was about them, their actions. It had nothing to do with me. They were unhappy on the inside. I wasn't making them unhappy. They're just were unhappy. And we learn about ourselves through all the relationships, but I don't feel like with all these cards, it's like, no, they've served their purpose in your life. You can let them go, glean and transform and release all these fears that you have around their actions and around marriage and around all that, and then look at where you want to head, because you've got a bright future ahead of you. That sun card comes in showing you your bright future, but they are in love with themselves, not you. So, it's good to hear that and to know that, because you get to be freed from that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Samuelisa. And thank you guys again so much for all your patience and getting to your readings. I'll be back in a couple hours. So in about an hour, I'll be putting out a notification for this evening. You can jump in early, once its notification is sent out, and post your questions early if you like as well. So, as you're going throughout your journey, remember every second of every day of your life that you, yes, you, are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So, until I see you again, much love to you. You hang in there, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever in the world, and we'll see you soon. You take care. Maybe if my mouse works. Here we go. Now, take care.